and the mistake I made is I went out and hired someone right off the bat, and the kid had bad eyesight, like he was legally blind. And I had him pressure washing first day, never pressure washed, and he couldn't see. And I had him in the front, and there was this huge window in the front of the house. And he went to put it on, but he put the wrong fucking tip on. He put the red tip on, which basically is like a machine gun. And he got 3 feet away from the house and blew the whole window out, shattered it, like $1,500 window his first day. And and he's like, "How are we gonna fix this?" I'm like, "Dude, we're screwed."
Cash Daddies is for entertainment purposes only. You'd be an idiot to listen to anything these degenerates say. Invest at your own risk, do research, but seriously don't listen to these ass clowns. Now enjoy Cash Daddies.
Guys, welcome to Cash Daddies. We're banking fatties. I'm Sam Tripoli. I lost my voice. Welcome. As always, join me as always from whatever weird cabin he's doing weird stuff in. Jay Nice, Johnny Woodard.
There's nothing weird about the great American outdoors, Sam. I don't know why you'd say that.
Okay, and as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the idiot savant of investing. To know him is to love him. Howie Dewey. Howie, how are you?
What's up, Sam? How are you?
I'm alive. I'm sick. I'm a little under it, but I keep fucking pushing.
Since when is Harvey Firestein our host? I mean, what, your voice, dude, is I mean, it's just trash.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
When did it start sounding like this? So bad, dude. I feel bad for you. I mean, it sounds like it hurts, is what it sounds like, and I feel bad for you.
It doesn't feel good.
I'm sorry, man.
The one thing I do is talk all the time, and now I haven't had a chance to take a break.
You're like those singers, man.
Sound like that new strain of gonorrhea that's going around.
I sound like Harvey Feinstein and how he looks like him. So it's like,
and I look like somebody he would try to bone. So that's
you do.
We're all within a degree of Harvey Firestein.
Johnny just got that new part in the big movie coming up. We don't know how, but we don't know. Wipe that shit off your chin. You're gonna do well in this movie, kid.
Yeah, since when is Harvey Firestein booking big movies?
Why are you guys both wiping your lips? Please stop it.
It was my nose, actually.
Jesus.
So how was the week?
I mean, we had a good week, man. We banged some fatties. I bought some. We'll see what happens. I don't know, man. I bought some SQQQ, which means you think the market's going back down, and I bought it at like 41 and change, and it's up. It's the opposite's happened. I mean, it's down. The market's gone up, so this is going down. Microsoft just came out with earnings. They weren't great, but there's positive news because the stock is up right now and after hours, which doesn't mean anything. It's up like 4%. We'll see. I still think this baby's selling off, Sam. I think we've jumped up too fast, too quick. Everything's not hunky-dory with China as everybody thought. So it's going to be a wild ride, which is what we want. We want a wild ride. That's what it's all about.
Right on.
Fun facts. I guess Microsoft has bought Chat GPT.
They did.
And a lot of people are talking about this is going to be the thing that takes out Google.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that because Google now has gotten to the point where so many of the results are just junk. Like they're just AI generated. There's a big story this week that CNET, the famed technology journalists over at CNET, half of them are actually AI. The stories that they're generating are just been generated by AI, and the disclaimer is so hidden. You have to click on like the byline, and then it's a line on the next page after you click on that. And dude, they're just getting it from all ends now because of that. And I think the idea is now that instead of junky results, Chat GPT will give you quality results because it's an AI, and it's going to be smarter than Google's algorithm. Finally, something is smarter than Google's algorithm. We'll see how that works. So I don't know if I have a lot of faith in that.
I have no faith in any of it.
Google was in court today. They're still getting sued for that. What is it? They say they have monopoly, which I don't really think they do. I mean, there's a lot of other companies.
What?
Amazon's doing the same thing Google does. Came out today. What was it? What was the big loss?
Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. Amazon is basically getting rid of Alexa because they can't make money off it. They've lost $10 billion on it, trying to create a way to make money off it. And people use it, but they don't use it in a way that Amazon can make money. Like Amazon can't shove ads down your throat because people are just, hey, like, Alexa, play Natural Woman by Aretha Franklin. And they can't make money off that.
I never liked her. I don't like her or Siri. Never used either one of them. They're, we got off to a bad start, all three of us. And I don't.
And I also believe that a lot, like, the whole part of here we get into conspiracies is like Alexa is a wiretapping. It's listening to you. And there's been stories about how they've sent data to other people's fucking Alexas and it's all fucked up. So, like, not everybody's getting an Alexa. Johnny, you're pretty much a tech guy. Did you ever get an Alexa?
Yeah, I've had a few Alexa products. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we have this thing in the kitchen that is it's almost like a whiteboard, like a digital whiteboard on the wall where you can like pin recipes and stuff, and it's got Alexa in it. It's mostly things though that have other functions, and they just happen to have stuffed Alexa inside of it. Siri's everywhere because I have HomePods, but Alexa, not as much. Yeah, not as much. It's good for old people though. My grandma loves Alexa, dude, because she like talks to it. It's like company for her. She asks it questions, hey, Alexa, what's going on with the news? Hey, Alexa, what are the guys from Herman and the Hermits up to? You know what I mean? It's just like weird. She loves to ask it random questions.
Yeah. So the people that are getting outside of Johnny, the people that are getting Alexa probably don't have too much to hide, right? So they're not really getting any juicy scoops on their wiretapping. So in that sense,
they're just listening to my grandma talk about Herman's Hermits,
Yeah, right. So
that's not what they want.
It's like now that Bezos is supposedly not at Amazon anymore, he was kind of fighting for it. Now they don't care.
See, that's interesting because I'm surprised they're giving up on it, Sam, because they were doing this new thing, which I thought was for sure how the government was going to spy on us. This thing where all the Alexas were going to start transferring like low bandwidth. Like they were going to use your internet connection to supply other people with bandwidth on this like low bandwidth network. And they would all be connected. Think about that. Like you'd be networked with everybody else's Alexa. Isn't that crazy?
I don't
like it either. No, they had a name. It was like Alexa Neighborhood or something like that. And that means that they could be without your knowledge spying on you, like the SWAT team or whatever from the next door, listening in on.
Of course.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if those things are spying on you. I mean, why would you? It just makes no sense to me, why you want to talk to, something without tits. I just don't get it. Like it's a speaker.
Oh, see, I feel the other way. Like I just don't want to talk to anybody who has tits. Just let me see them. No words, please. Thank you.
I like to talk. I like to talk before I talk and see. Google just laid off 12,000 people.
That's
Amazon
crazy.
laid off thousands of people. All these companies are starting to lay off. That's to the next topic. Are we in a recession? Not yet. Will we go to one? Probably, because recession has to have higher unemployment. With all these people laid off in about 2 or 3 months, I think it's going to show. I think unemployment is going to go up. We will be in a recession at some point. And I think a lot of these jobs that you see that are not filled now will get filled. Because I don't see the government handing out handouts again for who knows how long.
Well, how worried are you about automation?
Interesting that these tech companies are letting people go because they already, and this was something that I think Bill Maher talked about, was that for $1 billion industries, they already didn't have a lot of employees.
Yeah.
Right. So like you're like, oh, Amazon's letting this many people off. Well, how does that affect blue collar people? I just don't think that's affecting a giant section, a sector of everyday people.
You just got to look at the numbers, right? Like how many, the raw numbers for the job totals. Because a lot of, I mean, all those factory jobs are going to be gone. All those Amazon factory jobs, they're working on automation and they're going to have little robots delivering stuff eventually. You know, the system has got to be upended somehow. There's going to have to be a change at some point. And that's where, I mean, I hate the idea of universal basic income because of what it implies, you know, like the government, more control. But there's going to have to be something at some point when most of the blue collar jobs are just obsolete. What's the future?
Yeah, it makes me sad.
Yeah, but Johnny, there's no factory jobs now in this country.
Well, it's just like I'm talking about people packing boxes at Amazon. Those factories are all over. I mean, that's the biggest. Those are the greatest number of jobs that Amazon has that are blue collar. Those
they have
warehouse jobs.
They have robots doing that shit right now.
Yeah, a lot of them, but eventually it's all gonna. I mean, it's gonna be completely automated. They say that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think a lot of things are, but you know, a lot of these big tech companies laid off thousands of people. I think it'll hit 2-3 months. We'll see the unemployment numbers go up a little bit. I think we will hit some sort of a recession. I don't think it's going to be huge, because you know there's still people are working. I mean, unemployment. I mean, regular wages are still fairly high, so a lot would have to happen. But I mean, shit, the market doesn't know it. Market keeps going up every goddamn day.
Why is that? Why is that, Howie?
It's listen, I don't think it's going to happen forever. A lot of it is people just jumping in, riding the wave. I mean,
no,
I bought puts on Nvidia at 190, 191. That means it has to go down. It went up 50 points in 2.5 weeks. It went from 140 to 190 and change in 2.5 weeks. Now in after hours, it's at 194. Of course, it's gone since I bought it. I'm not that worried. I do think with all the new Texas Instruments, which is a semiconductor chip, just came out with earnings. They weren't that great. It's down. I do think I'm not panicking. I think this thing will drop eventually and drop 20 or 30 points, you know, just to make it so it's not, you know, crazy.
The one thing I did read, can I say about Nvidia, just really quick, Howie, was that I think people think that they're going to benefit from this Chat GPT stuff because they need, you know, graphics processing to power that.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's one of the reasons it's up. But you know, I put that portfolio out at the beginning of the year, 3 weeks ago, less than 3 weeks ago. And I'm looking today and I got to make moves already, which is crazy. We're 3 weeks into the new year, and like my top holding, XLY, I bought it at 128. It's up at 142. SMH, the semiconductor trust, I bought it at 205. It's almost at 240. I could sell these things right now, and I don't care what happens the rest of the year. I could lock in close to a 20% gain for the year, anyways. I'm not going to because I do think I can do better than that. You know, Plug bought it at 1260. It's at 17. I'm going to take some profits probably tomorrow in a lot of these things. Meta 2 weeks ago at 128, it's at 144. Facebook. So, you know, while I think these things will be good throughout the year, I think they're going to come back short term. You know, and in an IRA, I can buy them when they drop another 5 or 7 or 8%. I don't get hit with any tax implications. And they write up another 15-20%. Now instead of making 25, I just made 38. So yeah, I think you got to take profits in this market. It's crazy, and it's about to get volatile, which is good. I love it when it's like that. That's when you really got to do your research. What about Live Nation, man? Live Nation's getting all kinds of shit today for the Taylor or whatever the fucking Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift, Taylor.
Live Nation.
That's been going on for a while, right?
Yeah, the senators, the government came out today and said, there's no competitors. It's just Live Nation. And they're just putting prices. You know, that brings me to the other thing. Fucking eggs. So you know why eggs prices went up? It's because a couple of these huge producers got together and they just gouge the shit out of prices, man. And that's why they're up.
Yeah.
So you got to have competition, man. You got to have competition, or when you don't, greed takes over. It's been this country for hundreds of years. Whenever, back in the late 1800s, when there was like one newspaper, print whatever the hell he wanted to, and guys
Yeah.
would literally get knocked off for starting another newspaper. I mean, those days it was there were no rules, no laws, no nothing.
So, Howie, I'm taking a risk. I was reading this ESPN article, and they were guesstimating when they thought that LeBron James was going to break Kareem's record, and it's 9 games from now, which is February 9th. So I took a risk, and I'm buying tickets at home, Milwaukee Bucks. Tickets cost me, when you add in ticket fees, the tickets themselves were $328.
But then they
Okay.
had that extra bullshit.
Which it was $200
For what?
like,
For
for
what? Nothing.
SeatGeeks. SeatGeeks just gouging you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
They just gouged the fuck out of me, dog.
Have you
I
seen
will-
those tickets? There's like two different fees on them. They're wild.
There's a way better site now, by the way, called gametime.co that
I
has
use
lesser fees. Yeah, I like that site a lot
But is
better.
is that just day of? Because you're
No,
never
it's
gonna-
not. It started out that way, but it's not anymore. No, you can buy them like months out now.
Okay, game of. Okay, I'll check that out.
Gametime.co. Yeah, the thing I think is funny about Live Nation and Ticketmaster, they merged like in 2010, but they've tried to make it look like they're not the same company. Have you noticed that? Like they can have completely separate websites and services just to make everybody think, oh yeah, there's real competition. But Ticketmaster and Live Nation are the exact same company.
Live Nation tried to put me and Eddie Bravo. And listen, they were very nice to me, so I will always be thankful for what Live Nation was. They tried to put me out on the road. We just weren't selling the numbers to make it worth their while. Now Daddy's selling some tickets, but not even to a number though that Live Nation would care. But Live Nation did take us out, so I will be forever thankful for that. But yeah, I mean, it's just like this is what Pearl Jam was fighting way back in the day against Ticketmaster.
Yeah, it's I think something's going to be done now, because now you got senators involved, and they're they love to go in and rip monopolies. I mean, I remember when it happened. Shit, it happened in the early 2000s with, I think it was Microsoft again. Microsoft's always been getting it for monopolies. Remember the Windows XP?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that was it. So
they were bundling Windows with the computers. Computers that got sent out, and they were bundling Internet Explorer with Windows. Sorry, so that they had an unfair leg up on Netscape Navigator. They completely destroyed Netscape Navigator, which was a better browser for a long time.
They did. Netscape was around for 2 years, man. That was it. Then it was done. Yeah. So, you got a lot of that going on now. And I mean, it's starting to happen in other areas too. I mean, these regulations coming in with crypto, I think they're coming hard and fast.
Yeah, for sure.
Worried about that. I'm worried about that.
I think it's going to hurt a lot of different entities, but like, the other guest we had, Adam, said, I think it's going to help Bitcoin. Look what Bitcoin's done the past week.
Finally cracked 23. Yeah,
I'm hoping that healthy.
I mean, Bitcoin's just absolutely. Here's the I looked at this shit today. Bitcoin's like skying, Ethereum skying, all these, even like Polygon's back up. I mean, these things are back up. You look, Bitcoin.
So everything is up, Howie? Every single crypto, huh? Wow.
Across the board, most of them. Like Bitcoin is down 30
He
cents.
set you up, Howie. Tried that again. There you go. He set you up for a joke.
So every single crypto's up. Wow, that's
everything's
amazing.
up. Except for Hex. Hex is
There we go.
Hex isn't. I mean, for the year, Bitcoin's down 37%. That's respectable. I mean, that's respectable. 37%. So when I punch in hex and I look at the the year chart on it, yeah, it's down 90%. 90%
Oh, that's tough. Everything's up and it's down.
Yeah, it's 22. It's still trading at 2 cents.
That must feel bad.
But you look on Twitter and stuff.
We're waiting for Pulse Chain. Come on.
Dude, I don't even I'll tell you, it's not, you can really tell the difference from even 6 months ago. A lot of these guys, a lot of these dudes have run. They've jumped ship. I mean, you can see the writing on the wall. Dickie Hart's probably in like some sand dune in Egypt, just hanging out with a tent.
It's funny you say they jump ship because he does dress like some kind of gay captain, like a cruise ship captain.
It's just the worst, bro.
Dude, he should move to the West Village. Like, he would fit in here perfectly. Dudes walk around with Prada handbags. You can see like the top of their thong coming out over their jeans. Like, he would be good in the West Village. They would love him here. They would love him.
You guys want to bring in the guest? The guest is here.
Yeah, bring the guest. See how you use the bathroom. Scott Armstrong. You've met him before, Johnny.
If you would like to save more and spend less in 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. I recently tried Mint Mobile and my phone bill went down $100 a month, and the service is just as good as it was with my other carrier, if not better. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in minutes with eSIM. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan, again for just $15 a month, and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mentmobile.com/cash. That's mentmobile.com/cash. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mentmobile.com/cash.
All right. Well, very excited to have this next guest on. He's a friend of mine. He's appeared on multiple podcasts that I do in the conspiracy world. But I'm very excited to have him on. He has a podcast called Rebunked News. Please welcome Scott Armstrong. How are you, brother?
What's up, Sam? Howie, Johnny, man. Thank you guys so much for having me. This is awesome.
Scott, before we get into it, can you tell our listeners a little bit about you and where they can find you?
Yeah, thank you. So I host the show Rebunked News. Website's rebunked.news. You can find all the links there. So many projects going on. So we have Pirate Stream Media, which is now being launched by myself, Ryan Christian from The Last American Vagabond, and Courtney Turner from the Courtney Turner podcast. And then I also write and curate content for The Last American Vagabond Substack. And I'm very excited to announce this. You guys, your listeners will enjoy this. So I've teamed up with the founders of the unvaccinated dating site, unjected.com. And we have started a new show called The Unjected Show, which is a live call-in show for people to call in and tell us about their crazy unvaccinated dating stories, get dating advice. And we're off to a heck of a start. We just had Peter McCullough as a guest host. And so we'd love to get you guys on one of these days, too, to help us host.
For sure. Congrats, dude.
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
All kinds of fun stuff going.
Does that make you a little bit nervous, though? Like, if a girl already says right off the bat she doesn't want to get injected, like, where is that going to go in the future? That's just, I would ask, that would just be a question of mine.
It depends on what I don't want to date a girl that wants things injected in her arm, but besides that, it might be good.
Yeah, get weird.
Well,
So,
if they put their arm like this, it's all right.
okay, stop it. By the way, Howie went and got vaccinated and he fainted, just so
Jesus.
Just so you know. He had side effects before it even had a chance to kill him. So Scott,
yes.
you were working with a bunch of people. You were working with them in Oregon, and you decided to get out because Oregon was going crazy.
Yeah.
And you went through Texas, and then you ended up in Nashville, right? Or near.
I'm in Nashville. Yep, right near downtown, actually. So
then you decided that, hey, man, I'm just gonna start a business. Now, what is your business and what made you decide to start that?
Yeah, man, it's actually a really crazy story. So it kind of goes back to 2021. In my career, my certifications were as a drug and alcohol counselor. So I've been working in the field of drug and alcohol counseling for several years. And that job went away, and I all of a sudden became not employable in Oregon because I refused to take the shot. And so I went back to just doing like labor work for the time being before I left. And then I got here to Tennessee, and one of the draws was the fact that my certification kind of had reciprocity. So I could like basically just come in and start working as a counselor. So I was applying for jobs. And in the meantime, I had an interview on my show with my buddy Dean Reiner from the Up is Down podcast. He's kind of on a hiatus right now because he's doing a lot of the same stuff I'm doing, just out in the field working. But basically, what he said is he moved out of Portland, Oregon. He went to the city and he went down to like the feed store and made a job posting and said, "Hey, I got a truck and some tools. I'm available for work if anybody, wants some help." And I was so inspired by that. I was like, "Yeah, that's awesome." You know what I mean? Like why not? And for me, it was like initially just let me just do this to get some side work, some business coming in on the side while I'm applying for jobs, like to get a regular steady job with a salary and a 401k and all that stuff, right? So I basically just made a post on Facebook, like just one little post, and I shared it in a few local like farming, gardening type groups. So I was very specific about the audience I was shooting for, and basically I wrote a very well written article with a picture of myself and just basically saying, "Hey, I've got a truck and some tools, I'm available to help." And that one post just blew up, man. I got like dozens and dozens and dozens of responses of people looking for somebody to just come in and help them with just basic stuff like putting in a mailbox, like switching out a doorknobs and painting. I don't
Handyman shit.
Yeah, handyman shit. Exactly. And so, Nashville is just booming, and there's just like there's cranes all the way across the skyline. They're building high-rise buildings, new apartment complexes, and all these big construction companies are just they got their hands full. Everyone's saying that like you can't get someone to come out to your house to do
Yep.
anything for the life of them. And so I found this niche where I just kind of fill in the gap. And like if someone like an older lady needs me to climb up on a ladder and put in a new light bulb, stuff like that, you know what I mean? And you can charge a premium rate to do it. So what I've been saying is that I literally just accidentally started my own handyman business. You know what I mean? And just literally from that one post, I was able to fill up my schedule with a bunch of work for like weeks and weeks and weeks. And then now I found that whenever I want to, if I start to see business drying up within the next week or two or whatever, I just dip my pot back in the well and put out another ad, and then I fill that schedule back up, and it's just basic stuff. And in the beginning, and so I'm sure we'll get into it here, but just surface level, some of the advice and some of the thoughts that I have and what I've learned is that it's scary at first, because what I found was that I was running up against like my programming as a kid, like, through our indoctrination through school, where it's like, you need to have a job, you need to have a reliable salary, you need to have an income. And a lot of this, I was actually able and grateful enough to just complete Richard Grove's autonomy course. So I just graduated season 8 of autonomy. And I don't know, I sent you guys a link to that, but if you guys want to learn more about that, I don't know, but really what they talk about there and what I firsthand experienced was what he referred to as like paycheck mentality. Like your paycheck is like, when you're trapped in the paycheck mentality, let's say you want to generate more income, your only option is to either ask your boss for a raise, work more hours, or get a second job. That's it. If you're an entrepreneur, if you have your own business, it's literally the sky is the limit, and it's directly related to how many times you take your offer to market. So I have my offer as an entrepreneur, handyman. Here's what I'm available to do. Here's what I can do. And it's how many times I bring that to market is how many times people will reciprocate and buy my offer, my service. And that goes across the board. That's the type of stuff that they talk about in autonomy. But really, it's just, I realize that I have like literally my income, my future, everything in my hands, and I have full control over how, like, if I want to take, and it works both ways too. Like if I want to fill up my schedule and bid a bunch of jobs and just like, work my ass off for like a month, I could do that. Or if, let's say I want to focus on the podcast or media production stuff for a week, I can literally not book any jobs that week. Let's say I've made enough to pay my bills for the month. I can just take a week off. And there's no one.
If you run into the situation, that's everything you're telling me is 100% exactly what happened to me when I started a simple pressure washing business, and it
exactly.
it turned into holy shit. Can you rebuild this deck?
Yep.
Can you put my roof on? Can you
Yep.
put, I mean, literally that's what it turned into. But have you had the situation yet where you're working, you get done, you check your phone, you got 12 messages, and you go through them and you're like, it's going to take me 2 days to go give all these bids. If you ever got too busy that quickly, because it happened to me,
Mhm.
in the mistake I made is I went out and hired someone right off the bat, and the kid had bad eyesight, like he was legally blind. And I had him pressure washing first day, never pressure washed, and he couldn't see. And I had him in the front, and there was this huge window in the front of the house, and I put on the white tip, which fans the water out nice and wide. It's harmless, and it came out. And he went to put it on, but he put the wrong fucking tip on. He put the red tip on, which basically is like a machine gun. And he got 3 feet away from the house and blew the whole window out, shattered it, like $1,500 window first day. And he's like, "How are we gonna fix this?" I'm like, "Dude, we're screwed." Luckily, I had insurance. It just kicked in, paid for it. But holy shit, man! Like, I just got too much work too fast. Tried to do too much. Made bad decisions. Have you had that happen yet?
Well, like I said, like the amount of requests that come in, I kind of curate it. Again, I'm not like, I'm not like super skilled, you know what I mean? I can do some pretty basic stuff. I don't do any electrical, plumbing, stuff like that. I get people asking about that. And I've been lucky enough to where I've kind of cultivated a small little network of other handymen. A lot of them I met like through recovery, for example, like my little 12-step meetings and stuff. And then a lot of them are other contractors that have reached out to me for help with projects. So I've got a network of people. And so I can refer those customers that reach out to me out to them, and vice versa. If they like just yesterday, a guy, one of my buddies texted me and he's like, "Hey man, my second guy's out today. I'm kind of injured. I really need help with this job." I was going to take the day off, but I was like, "Nah, fine, I'll go help you out." So I just went and worked with him yesterday morning. So I kind of have this network of people that we can refer out to and stuff. I haven't taken on any employees yet. I don't even know if that's something I'm going to end up doing. To be perfectly honest with you, my goal is to be able to do the podcasting media production stuff full time within the next like year or two. So this is kind of like helping me achieve that goal, giving me the flexibility to focus on that. But at the same time, I see that there's a very, very viable kind of business that I'm kind of cultivating here as well. So it's a very interesting place to be in. I have luckily not ran into any like major issues in terms of damaging customer stuff. I've like cut myself or injured myself a little bit, but nothing that's like, too drastic. But I do have insurance. That's a recent development. I'm like, okay, I probably need to get insurance. You know what I mean? I mean, just in case. But I'm just really grateful for that. I mean, it's been an incredible journey. I met some amazing people. Like, I'll tell you what.
So you were telling me, then I thought this was really great, that even if you don't know how to do something, you'll just use YouTube and it will show you how to do it. And I think that's so amazing to have that resource there to help you understand how to do these things.
Yeah, I'm a licensed YouTube handyman for sure, man. Yeah. Like everything's on there, like everything from like fixing your car. Like I'm sure everybody's had that experience. But the funny thing I found out is that there's two types of people. There's three types of people out there. There's the people that do that have the aptitude and the willingness to go on YouTube and learn that stuff for themselves. There's the people that just don't understand that exists and they don't have access to that in their head. Like that's not a thing to them. And then there's like the type of people that just don't want to, whether it's laziness or they just have other things to do. And that's not a knock on them. It's like, man, if I'm like a lot of these people I'm working with, like Nashville is one of the richest places in the country. You know what I mean? Like some of the houses I go into, I'm like, Jesus, you know what I mean? Like they're not trying to like run around and patch some drywall and paint. You know what I mean? They got other shit to do. So
windows, dude, you need to go in those houses and say, "Hey, let me know if you want me to take a look at cleaning your windows before Thanksgiving, the holidays," because those houses he's talking about, those houses have between 60 and 90 windows in them, man. They got windows and doors, and you charge inside, outside. You do a house like that, you're banging out $350, $400 in a day.
Totally.
Cleaning windows.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the other thing is, if you stay in that area, let's say you're in an area, a 30-mile radius, and you do it for 1 or 2 years. After 1 or 2 years, you're going to have three, four, 500 clients.
Mm-hmm.
Those same clients are going to call you twice a year for different shit. We just got 4 ceiling fans. Can you put them in? We got a bunch of new doors. Can you put them in? My thing was, I started replacing windows. People would say, I need these windows replaced. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't know what the hell. So I called my buddy who's a contractor. He said, that was the easiest shit in the world. Measure them, measure the inside of the panes, cut them out, use shims, put them in, and I started doing windows. A lot of money replacing windows.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm trying to pay attention to like a niche to focus on. Like I considered like pressure washing. I can, you know, for me, it's like mailboxes. It's funny because you can make a nice little, like I could do like 2 or 3 mailboxes in a day, charge like $300 you know what I mean? I don't know. Like that's some
driveways where you are. The one
Yeah.
thing you got going for you where you are, forget about if you were in California or Arizona or upstate, I don't care, Michigan, New York, whatever. The problem is the weather there's too cold. So you don't get that green algae. You don't get the mold.
Yeah.
You do every 4 or 5 years. California, you hardly ever get it. It's dry. But where you are in Tennessee,
yeah,
it's humid. It rains. Houses have to get pressure washed once a year. Have to get it once a year or they look like shit.
Yep.
The driveways too. Like I said last week, hey, I'll do your driveway for an extra $99, you know, while I'm here. You end up leaving the place. You just charge $430 to do everything. Took you 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
One of the best summer gigs I ever had was cleaning out repossessed homes for the bank. You had to do was take a picture of the house before, clean it out, and then they were already out of the house. I wasn't kicking people out of houses. These are already houses that people were out of. But they were all grown up and disgusting. You know, you'd have to go in and open freezers that hadn't been opened in like 3 months, you know, were just filled with rotting meat. And it was
doing that, Johnny, did you ever consider segueing from that to like cleaning up murder scenes?
Yeah,
because you can charge a lot of money, man.
Yeah, I've heard that that's a pretty lucrative business.
Chemicals to get rid of like the kidney and liver juice and brain.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want to go to court to testify. Thank you.
A lot of money in cleaning murder scenes, suicides too. A lot of them.
Okay, all right. This got dark. What is this? What are we, chicks on a murder podcast?
Exactly.
America. We're trying to make money here.
Please stop.
Go ahead, Sam.
Scott, so one thing you're talking about is this desire to have podcasts be your main gig, which you're really great at this. That's going to happen for sure. Let's manifest it right now.
Manifest it,
okay. But there's a lot of people out there, and I just want to hear your thoughts, because you were doing drug counseling thank you for doing that. But there's a lot of people right now that are in jobs that they want out of. And they're like, can I do that and do this? Can I do that and take care of my kids? And I don't know if you have kids or not, but can you talk about like what it takes to be able to kind of get on your own? Because like for me, like when I started stand up, I had a day job. I worked every day except for Sunday. For some reason, I had Sundays off, but I worked every day. I worked 2 jobs every day. And then at night I would go do stand-up comedy. And that's kind of how I had to live my life until I could make money off of my art. There is sacrifice. And it's something I talk about all the time, which is get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And you have to be like, yeah, man. I mean, like there's going to be time. It could be a couple months, could be a couple years where you're just grinding, but then there'll be this time where it's kind of like when I meditate, it's like all this chaos, and then stillness. And there'll become this point where stillness is happening. And that doesn't mean you don't have to work, but suddenly the business, you have all the connections, money's coming in. As long as you're not a dumbass and show up cracked out of your skull, you'll probably be able to keep the gig going. So can you talk a little bit about that if you have any opinions on it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, I do work like a lot of days of the week. Like it's like I do my day job and then podcasting and video editing and all this stuff that I'm involved in. So I work like, 10, 12, 16-hour days. You know what I mean? Like that's just pretty normal and typical. And I've been doing that for a couple of years now. And that's just how I operate. Like if I have a day off, like I just don't even know what to do with myself really. But I do. And I do a lot of fun, cool stuff as well. So it's not like I'm like, this crazy workaholic, but it's like, you have to, and this is the grind. I mean, I just know and recognize it for what it is. I'm in the phase now where I have to grind. I absolutely have to. And it is starting to pay off, and I'm learning so much and growing so much, but, really, I really wanted to address the people who are listening, who are like in a job that they hate or looking for something outside of that. And, just the being in the entrepreneurial mindset is like something that's new to me. I always looked at, because I've always been in a salaried or hourly job. And I always looked at all these things outside. Like, it's like every business you see driving down the street, it's like every single one of those is a person that decided to start that business. You see on TV or online, it's like there's just entrepreneurs everywhere. And I could not figure out how I could bridge that gap. I couldn't figure out how I could like make the leap of faith into something where I could be my own boss or start my own business. And it's just so weird how it kind of just happened. It kind of accidentally happened for me, but I feel like I was laying the groundwork ahead of time. I was developing skills, and really it is just a mentality. And so I definitely, like they always say, like, you don't always have like a side hustle, always have a secondary, third income, always have something to supplement what you're doing. Make t-shirts, go to like Teespring and make a t-shirt shop. There's all kinds of affiliate links. Like I use a Cosiva TRS heavy metal detox spray. I built an entire website called Truth TRS on top of the affiliate store. So most affiliates, what they do is and so if you have like a Instagram page, or if you have any sort of thing where you can promote something, a YouTube channel, affiliate marketing is really good. So what I did is I built a website, truthtrs.com, on top of the store. So when they click on go to the store, it takes them to the product shop, where most people just post the product shop on their site. And so I built an extra layer on top of that with its own branding. And so I can like advertise that as a separate product. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I love that.
Yeah. And so just using different means and then just do it. So I have a t-shirt shop. I have the affiliate links. I have, all these different things that that kind of at the end of the day kind of bring in a few $100 every month. You know what I mean? And then as the shows and the projects I'm involved in scale up, like that's going to scale up as well. But it's all about just looking out. There's so many different things you can do. And I would say be aware there is some like kind of clickbaity type stuff out there, like some of like the drop shipping stuff. Like I've dabbled in that, but that's kind of scammy bullshit unless you're like, I don't know. From what I can tell anyway, maybe there's a secret to it, but I just, particularly a lot of people in the liberty movement, I feel like have like team up with some of these guys, like talk to Richard Grove's always offering these little classes.
Yeah, I gotta
like,
get Richard on the show.
Yeah, you got to get Richard on this show, man. Like he would blow your audience's mind, man. Like this is his wheelhouse right here for sure. But
are you using any social media to promote your show? Because
100%.
I really do believe that this is a golden era for entrepreneurs with the internet. I mean, like there used to be a cost of entry that would always happen back in the day. And that was like, could you afford a newspaper ad? Could you afford a radio ad, television ad? And that kept a lot of people out of the game. Now, if you just focus on your Instagram and maybe TikTok, I don't know, man, I'm still out on TikTok. It's a Chinese spyware, and it just seems where stupid goes, and maybe stupid is got cash. I mean, but totally. Instagram and from a business point of view, Facebook seem like wonderful places to be able to promote yourself and do ads and reach people that maybe back in the day it would be almost impossible for you as a kind of new business in the market. I mean, like I like, to me, food trucks are amazing. Food trucks are an amazing way to enter the restaurant business, to get your foot in the door, because you can't afford a brick and mortar or all the fees that come with that and all the licensing. You start a food truck, and if things start cooking with gas, just like Dave's Hot Chicken, my boys, they created this giant business that blew up. And I think it's great. Are you using social media?
Yeah, I definitely use a lot of social media. In fact, that's kind of the only reason why I'm on social media, is to promote the show, promote the different things. And I do use Facebook for like my handyman stuff. I don't post. And then it's funny because I don't post any of my show content on Facebook because I don't want it to affect my I'm only there for the handyman stuff, and I don't want them, if I'm posting like vaccine memes on there, I don't want that to like then delete my account and then I lose my access to my business stuff. So I'm kind of hesitant on with Facebook, but I do use their systems against them. And that's the way I look at it, is that I'm using their tools in order to get more autonomy in my life and to kind of build my own ability to live an independent, autonomous lifestyle. So I'm using their tools against them. But I just wanted to say too.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, like,
No.
people can say whatever they want, but
Yeah.
But if you're going to their house, if you're going to their house to do a service and they're going to pay you, you don't know what the fuck background or whatever the hell. So, like, I used to keep everything so dry. Like, hey, that's and probably that's the most important attribute to have, being able to socially speak to somebody, a stranger, because you're showing up at their door. Like Scott, he's a service guy. He's got to fix something. He's got to meet these people and build a positive rapport in 15 to 20 seconds to make them feel comfortable with him. So, you want to try to keep everything nice and dry. I ran into so many situations where I'd be working on the house and I had a guy come up and he started asking me what religion I was. And then I'm like, buddy, listen, man, let me finish your whole house. You pay me. Let me get that check into my bank and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it. I can't wait.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, it's funny. Like, you can tell pretty quickly, like, where people are at. Like, if they answer the door to their house with the mask on, I'm like, oh, Jesus, right? Or if I like go in the house and they've got like Biden signs in the garage, like that's happened before.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Jesus, here we go. Like, I'm like, all right, 30% tax for you. You get a 30% surcharge for all this bullshit. But then you connect with them. Like in Tennessee, they have "Don't Tread on Me" license plates, right? They actually have the "Don't Tread on Me" flag on the license plate. And so when I pull up to a job and they got one of those, I walk up, I'm like, all right. And then we get to bullshit and I'm like, hey, I got a channel on InfoWars, right? You know what I mean? And they're like, what? And then it's like, we become best friends. So it's like, it's hilarious. So, but I mean, really the biggest thing that I just really wanted to stress here, because I know we're kind of limited on time, is just the fact that, like, when you're stuck in the paycheck mentality, you're pretty limited on what you can do. And I just want people to understand that, like, invest in yourself. Like, taking a risk, taking a chance is an investment in yourself. And it is scary. You'll see yourself in that mode where you're like pushing up against all your conditioning. And it's like, there's no safety net, but why not take a shot, man? Really, really, really look for opportunities to kind of even just tiptoe your way out. Don't just quit your job tomorrow and say, hey, I'm going to start a t-shirt business, but like, look for areas of opportunity right now in your community or online. If you have a need, if your friends are talking about, oh, I have this need, part of it is just recognizing where the need is. And once you see where the need is, look for how you can fill that need. A problem is just basically, and this is another thing I learned about autonomy, is just what a problem. What is a problem? What is a problem? A problem is lack of a skill or a resource. That's it. What is a solution? A skill and a resource in action. Right. So if you see a need, just like basically fill that need for other people and then see how many times you could replicate that and sell it out. It's like, so like, just try, man. Like, this is the best time ever, man. The old world is dying. All their old systems are failing. Build something, whether it's a YouTube channel or just anything tangible in real life. Like, it's like right there. This is the best time ever. I'm so hopeful and white pilled about all this stuff because, like,
I am too,
yeah,
bro.
dude, it's amazing. It's the best time ever.
How long you been doing this?
So I started my handyman stuff in like maybe June of 2022. So like 8 months.
So basically from June, I mean, what is that? 7 months?
8 months, something like that. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How much has your tool set grown in 8 months?
Huge, exponential.
I was buying a new tool every 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If I'm on a job and there's a tool that I'm like, damn, I wish I had this. Next time I'm at Home Depot, I get that tool. And so it's
Isn't it insane? Like, literally in about 6 months, my garage, literally, I was like, holy shit, you got to be kidding me.
Yep, exactly. That's the best part too. I see that as an investment in and of itself. Like, these are, if you're looking for investments, tangible, non-depreciating assets like tools, that's always going to be valuable.
What are you investing in, Scott? This is an investment show? What are you?
Well, right now, currently, so Courtney Turner and I are putting on a concert March 11th. Hey, I'll put it out there. Open invitation. If anybody wants to come out here, Sam, if you want to do a set, we might be able to be within our budget to fly people out. We are flying some people out, but we're trying to get sponsorship and stuff for that. But it's going to be a liberty-minded speaker event with music, We got the insurance and we're confirming and booking the venue hopefully tomorrow in Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to be a big event. We're going to get like all kinds of, it's going to be a big event. So I'm hoping that like all my money is going into that right now and hoping to have a good payout, good turnout for that. So, investing in our businesses too, like investing in just equipment.
Are you getting
tools.
gold or silver?
I have some silver. Yeah, I went through a silver phase where I got like a bunch, and I'm just kind of sitting here on it. So, but
you got your own business, man. Open up a SEP IRA, toss into a bunch of ETF funds, and just let it ride for 10 years. You'll be happy.
There you go. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I just
Go on. Sorry,
I was just gonna say like that's one area that I just kind of suck at is like I'm like, you guys would have had me on Cash Daddies. Like, I don't know shit about managing money, man. I'm learning that. I'm learning how to bring it in right now, and I'll learn on how to invest it later. How about that?
Well, the whole purpose of the show is they have people take control of their finances and their life, and whether it's starting a business like yourself or being a great investor like Howie, like that's what the show's about. And I meet so many people on the road that come up to me and they're like, dude, you got me. I'm starting my plumber business. I'm going to just go for it. And I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah. So, Scott, I just want to say here, because we got to let you go. I just want to say that, man, I've watched your journey for a very long time. When you started your other podcast, you guys came on my podcast. You guys were just hustling and working hard and seeing you make big moves. And I just got to be honest with you, I'm super proud of you and I'm super happy for you. You are an American success story. You're somebody who took control of his life. And I'm telling you, very soon, if not already, you're going to be seeing all the perks and the blessings and all the bells and whistles that come from being your own man and being the star of your own movie. So I'm very thankful you come on my show. If I can make it out to your live event, I'd love to do it. Anything's possible. We could definitely make it work. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming on my show.
All right. Thank you guys. Yeah, definitely. I'll be in touch about that. But you guys, such an honor, and just keep up the amazing work. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Doing it, brother. Thank you so much. Scott, I love you. Take care. Have a great day. Have a great weekend.
You too. Love you guys too, man. Thanks for the kind words. Peace.
Take care. All right, guys, I want to tell you about our friends over there at Copy My Crypto and our good friend, James McMahon, everybody. That's right. Guys, we've seen so many people make ridiculous money from crypto, but did you know it's easy for you to do the same? The Copy My Crypto membership site shows you the coins that YouTuber James McMahon personally holds and allows you to copy them. It's like having a big brother who knows what he's doing. You don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest, as you simply do as he does. So let me tell you more about James. He runs Crypto with James YouTube channel, which despite heavy censorship has over 26,000 subscribers. Since March 2020, he's told his viewers to buy 26 crypto coins. Had you put $100 into each, it went on to be worth $123,000. Of the 26 coins, his top pick of the year, called Phantom, went up 692 times from when he said. That's one call. That one call alone has retired a number of people, including guys in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go to YouTube and verify this yourself. If you'd like to join the 2,800 members who copy James, then stop what you're doing and head over to copymycrypto.com/Sam. That's copymycrypto.com/Sam. That's SAM. You'll find the proof of everything we've said, but my listeners get full access for just $1. Once again, that's copymycrypto.com/Sam. The recession is here, guys. You can suffer like everyone else or choose to thrive. James is the real deal. Go visit the site now. Wow, dude. Thank you, Scott, for coming on the show. It's great. It's always fun to have guests on the show. Man, we should always have more guests.
Ding dong.
Well, what is this?
Oh, who's that?
It's the doorbell. I don't know. Somebody's at the door.
Oh, my God. There's a doorbell. Who's at the door?
I didn't even know we had a door. We have a doorbell.
We had a door on the show, but apparently
Let's see who it is. Let him in.
Who could it be?
Let's just let him in.
Let him in.
Is that that?
Let him in.
Is that that goofy guy that?
Oh, my God.
It's a picture of Evan Hand.
welcome to the
Is that
show.
that guy that used to play with cats? Oh no, that's Evan.
Oh my God, Evan Hand has surprised us and came on the show. Such blessing. Evan Hand, how are you, brother?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're live. We love you. We're so happy you're here. You look great. You look
Evan, are you
even
in
better than
Greenwich?
last time I saw you.
I am in Greenwich. I am in
You got a
Greenwich.
new office. I see there's tons of snow outside.
Yeah, we got about probably 8 inches, I'd say.
Jeez.
Evan, it must be so hard to paint your apartment or your studio to match your outfit every day. That's got to be so hard.
I like the neutral colors, bro.
Yeah, respect, bro. Respect. Look how good you are. When we met you, you were just trying to figure it out. Now you got a whole setup. It's
I got a
amazing.
whole office to me.
Look at you, dude. You're killing it. How's your super hot
Is that a
girlfriend
house? Is that your girlfriend's house?
No, it's an apartment. It's
Oh.
an apartment.
They have apartments in Greenwich?
Guess what I pay?
What, like 75 cents every 4 hours?
$500 a month.
Are you
Oh.
serious? What,
That's not bad.
Evan,
That's-
where the fuck is the apartment? And is it like it's got heat and like electricity and
Yeah,
shit?
dude, look at the radiators right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, what was this, the 1800s, Howie?
Have you ever
Dude,
been
hey.
to Greenwich, New York? Let me tell you something. I'm trying to, in my mind, figure out where the hell they would
Hey,
be.
Howie, speaking of Evan, where is this special you shot?
I'm going to send it to you now. I'm going to be honest with you, Sam. I've gone over it 1,000 times, and I'm going to have to. This guy's going to have to edit the whole thing. I just can't stand to look at myself. I don't know what it is. No, I'm not. Sam, I'm not kidding you.
Now you know how the audience feels.
Sam, like, he's gone over and he's like, dude, it's okay, it's fine, it's really good. So I'm like, and then I'll look at it and I'll look at Sam, go, Jesus. I can hear Sam in the background go, fucking Jesus Christ. He just said welcome to the taping. And I just literally want to run out in front of traffic.
All right, Howie, we'll figure it out. Anyway, Evan,
I got to get it out there like this week.
you got to. Evan, how's your smoke show girlfriend?
She's fantastic, actually.
Okay, if you ever want to just bring her on screen, you can. I mean,
She's doing schoolwork right now, but
oh, that's even hotter. So, Evan, crypto is on a run. What are your thoughts?
I think it's bullshit.
Oh, snaps.
I don't think I have a feeling we're going to go on a little bull run here. Some people are speculating it's going to be like 3 to 6 months, but I think it's a bull trap. There's just, with everything happening in the economy right now, I just don't think there's any possible way we're going to see it go back up to like 65,000. I think we're going to go on a bull run here. It's a bull trap, and then we'll fall back down probably lower than we were below 15K, in my opinion.
Man,
Well,
that's
there
an
were-
interesting. That's an interesting synopsis, and I'll tell you what, I hadn't even thought of that, but it makes sense.
I
Do
just
you
watched a
think-
video actually, and they were saying that it's technically a short squeeze. Actually, like $750 million got liquidated overnight. Like 200,000 people, they had shorts on it and just caused it to squeeze.
Jesus.
I'll tell you what's not short squeezing is Hex.
Dude, it's killing it right now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, it's up 3,000%, bro. Stop it.
I
Stop.
got it.
I
I
was
got to
talking to Evan
stake till
today.
August.
Evan goes, "Where is?" I go, "Dude, it's like 2 cents." Evan goes, "No way." Like, yeah, he hadn't looked at it in a few months. Yeah, 2 cents and change, Evan.
I don't think I even have the app downloaded anymore.
So let me ask you this: Evan's got Hex at staked until August. Now, what do you have a better chance? Is there a better chance of a meteorite hitting Greenwich, New York, or are you getting paid in August from Hex? What's the better chances?
Probably meteorite, because again, just like I said, I don't see crypto going crazy before August.
So, Evan, can you explain hex staking to me? So when you staked it, the rate that you saw, was that a guaranteed rate or an estimated rate?
Estimated, I believe. I'm honestly,
Okay.
I don't really know, but basically it's like, shit, what's the word?
So I don't understand why anybody would stake it if that's the case.
I think it was like 4. I don't even know. I'd have to look, but the app's not even downloaded. So
Okay. I mean,
It
I know.
sounded good at the time, and there was another man who coerced me into staking it for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I know that guy that gave everybody some coin he gave me like $500 worth or something, and now it's worth about $45, I think. So
Yeah, that same guy, I also believe his shares were worth near $1 million at that point too. So
Oh my God.
maybe, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who knows? But I mean, what you're saying could be a possibility. The different points of views on it are just beyond bizarre. I mean, the one thing that I heard today on CNBC, it wasn't Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan who called it. I don't know. It was ridiculous. He just said it's non existent, it's fake. Somebody said the problem with Bitcoin is it's trading a non productive asset. And they said, that's the problem. What does it do? You can't buy anything with it anymore. So that's the negative. It's a non-productive. It's not like buying fuel or coal or copper that is actually a productive asset or gold. It actually does something. Bitcoin doesn't do anything yet. So that's a problem.
And also, there's just like crazy regulations that are going to be coming too. We don't even know what they are yet. I think they had a hearing on it like last week or 2 weeks ago, but the government's going to get involved and they're going to fuck everything up like they always do.
it's weird though, because Bitcoin doesn't seem to move like a stock would, on like bad news. Bitcoin, it's so hard to predict where it's headed most of the time. Because I mean, you'll hear like another scary regulation story, and then Bitcoin's up a few points on the day.
Well, it's like Evan said, if it's becoming short squeezed, then that means it's becoming manipulated, which means no one has any idea. You're never going to be able to find out where it's going.
I actually, in one of the things I just watched, it said that 66% of all Bitcoin has not moved in the past like 10 years, which makes it illiquid, which makes it 10 times easier to manipulate than a traditional stock or anything else.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, because the liquid portion of the total is so small, right? That when that got it. Okay. Interesting.
Over half.
33%.
Do you have any faith in cryptocurrency at all?
For the future, 100%. But like now, I mean, you can swing for sure. I think we'll probably keep going up for a little bit, but I don't see us going past like 30,000. I just don't. With the like I said, the way
this year, Evan.
Right
this
now.
year, Evan.
Yeah.
Now,
also like, go ahead.
I mean, like, listen, as a guy who has all my crypto in Celsius, I'm like so pissed off.
I'm sure
it sucks. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. This thing, I'm gonna forget about it. I'll be like, whatever. And then I'll be like, damn, I need money, dude. I need some money. And then I'll know where to be like, hey, dog, here's your bang amount of fucking Celsius 8 years from now. I'm telling you, dude, it's going to pop in right when I don't need it or when I really need it. That's why I think it's going to pop. But if it gets below 9, let's say, because AJ Goodman's been saying, he's this conservative talk guy. He's been saying it's going to go under 10. If it goes under 10, I'm buying chunks, bro. I'm going to buy fat chunks of Bitcoin. Would you guys, if it goes under 10?
100%.
I've been buying it this whole time. Yeah. I mean, I bought it all the way up. Yeah. I'm kind of chilling on it now because I'm afraid, but
I'd buy some. I would have 3%, 4% of my overall portfolio.
100.
Like I said when we started this show. That's what I said. Have 3, 4, 5%. That's it. No more.
Listen, I'm going to go to my, so I got an IRA. I'm going to go to my bank. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm going to ask them to divest from BlackRock.
Would they do that for you? Like, are you a big enough customer that they would like customize a product for you, like get you out of BlackRock,
Well, what do you mean? You're not in BlackRock unless you ask to own some BlackRock.
No, but they would have to. He's saying he wants him to find every company that is in some way owned by BlackRock and get it out of his portfolio.
You'd be stuck holding a little bit of silver for the next 10 years.
And some hacks.
And with a little bit of hacks.
Come rocket.
Back some silver.
Come rocket. Oh, I will miss those days. I'm sorry. Those days were so much fun.
They really were.
New crypto, buy it, make $5,000, get out.
Yeah. There was a wild short period of time, man. I remember the meme stops. I was in Troy, New York this weekend, and I got talking to
Stop bragging.
a buddy of mine's kid and his kid's friend. You know Phil Lanou from Music Falls, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So talking to his kid's friend, he said, I got one for you. I got one. I said, what do you got? He goes, GME. He goes, now this is stocks going from like 100 down to 20. And I was like, kid, I don't know how much you've lost on it already, but just sell it, take the loss. I'll give you 4 or 5 things you can buy. He goes, no, man, no, dog. He goes, the company has no debt, none. I'm like, dude, they got billions of dollars. I mean, this is why
they have no debt because nobody will give them a line of credit.
The stock, I'm like, here's a stock you're going to see at 10, then 5, then 2, then you're going to see it eventually at 0. It's not going anywhere. No one's ever going to buy it out. They can't get any money. They owe billions. It's not going to work, man. It's not going to work. It's like, oh, God.
It was a fun run. That was a fun time, too. You know,
Yo, AMC
stocks.
Bed Bath & Beyond, we bought it. Went from 8 to 16. Then the CFO jumped off the 94th floor. Now it's a 2. I mean, it was wild times, man.
It's a real metaphor for that stock, isn't it? Just
people were flying.
Nosedive.
Fucking Evan, man. I'm glad you came on and gave us that insight because
Evan, thank you for showing up and making this podcast look a whole lot better.
That's good stuff, man.
Can I ask one last question, Evan, before I have to go plow his girlfriend? Hey, let me ask you, can we watch? No, my question is
animal.
What's his name? Demon Hand. What's his name? Hamlin. What's his
Damar
name?
Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin, alive or dead?
He called, dude. Yesterday he called him Daryl Hammond. So he's getting closer.
Sam, please tell me you saw my video.
Yeah,
I don't know. I gotta see it. But I had friends at the game that saw him.
The video I did?
No, they actually saw Hamlin. They were at the game and they saw him. They're like,
they saw a guy with his face covered, asshole.
Okay, people are shitting on me saying that I need to shut the fuck up because I'm not like Sam and Tommy and I'm a normie. That's literally a comment that I got.
Yeah, no, I get it all the time.
Listen, I don't think he's dead, but I don't think that was him.
Respect.
Two can coexist.
Yes, I do. I'm not against that either. I just feel like at this point with all the noise, he'd be like, I'm fine. I'm right here, but they still haven't. So and I think you'll agree with me, Evan, they're probably cloning him right now. Would you agree with that?
Roger Goodell took him in his bathroom and cloned him and brought him to the game, probably.
I was reading stuff today on Twitter and I was crying. My stomach hurt. It's like, there's no doubt. The only reason he hasn't come out is because it takes, one guy goes, I don't know if you know this, but it takes like 48 hours to clone a human, to clone an adult. And I'm like, actually, I don't know that.
It takes time. It does take time.
It takes 2 full days to clone an adult human. That's what a guy told me today.
I feel like that's very fast.
Wouldn't it take longer than I would think
back in the day it would take weeks. Now they got this thing streamlined thanks to Chat GPT, dog. They can move way quicker. Evan, thanks for coming on the show. Thank you for slumming with us. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll look forward to having you back on. Say hi to your hot girlfriend for us.
Thank you, guys.
All right, you're the man.
I love you.
See ya.
See you, dude.
All right, that was great. 2 guests today. Are we living or are we living?
Wow.
Yeah. All right, Howie, give your free pick.
He just doesn't listen.
Dude, here's what I'm picking. SQQQ. That's the NASDAQ. I think it's going down. So buy some SQQQ, even though I was not going to give that pick out. I'm giving it out right now.
Howie, you're so nice. You're like stock Santa.
We're hanging out. We got special DJ Wolfman Jack Tripoli in the studio.
Oh,
nice.
Give that out.
Hey,
right
fun fact, Howie and I are going to be in Jersey February 17th and 18th. That's February 17th and 18th at the Dojo of Comedy. Come get weird.
Be a lot of people there.
All right, now we're heading over to Patreon. Check it out. Patreon.com/cashdaddies.